Today we are making vegan tofu curry by using miso as a main component. It's nourishing, comforting, creamy and rich, and as a bonus, it's whipped up in 20 minutes. Now let's go over the ingredients we have. From tofu, ginger, cherry tomato, onion. I got the new onion with the thin skin, but use whatever you have. Toasted sesame oil. Make sure it's toasted since it will give the nice nuttiness to the taste. Curry powder. Mine contains turmeric, coriander, cumin, dill as the main components, but again, any kind will do. Tomato ketchup. Sorry about the mess. It was a last drop, and as I squeezed it, it splattered all over. And finally, the kombu miso paste, which I showed in the last video, thanks to my grandma's tips. Let me quickly go over how to make it. To a blender, we add used kombu. These are the ones you use for making a kombu stock. To that, we're gonna add homemade veggie broth. We use leftover pieces of veggies like skin of onion, green part of leek, and more. Add cooked shiitake mushroom from the broth, then finally add miso paste. Blitz up until it gets smooth and ready to be enjoyed. Other than using curry, I have a couple ways to enjoy this kombu miso paste, so let me show you after finishing up the tofu, so stay tuned. Back to curry. Remove the excess water from the tofu by putting something heavy on top of it for about 15 minutes. Chop onion into small pieces. By the way, all the recipe can be found on my blog, linked on the description box below. Cut the cherry tomato into half or quarters. Minced garlic. Today's recipe I'm taking over from my mom. She often made dinner for us, kids and great-grandma, cause we live next door. We often had a dinner together. Our generation grown up with Western-style Japanese dishes like curry, pasta, ramen, whereas they were a little too heavy for my great-grandma. So my mom made something we all enjoyed together. That was tofu miso curry. To a pan on high heat, add rice oil. Any high smoking point oil will do. Then followed by onion, garlic, and a pinch of salt. I burned my finger. It happens all the time. I should be more careful. Saute them until it's translucent. And if you have a time, caramelize them to boost more flavor. And by the time tofu should be ready, roughly crumble into the pan. I like the sensation of crumbling tofu. And just keep your pan moving until the tofu will dry up, which took me about 7 minutes. At this stage, discard from the pan and set it aside. Wipe off the surface of the pan. Into the same pan, add 1 tablespoon of toasted sesame oil, followed by 1 tablespoon of curry powder. Let the spices toast for about 30 seconds. If you don't want to cook with the toasted sesame oil, add other neutral oil at this stage and splash some toasted sesame oil very at the end. Then add tomato. Try to keep the low heat, otherwise it will burn like mine. And 1 teaspoon of tomato ketchup. And back your tofu and onion into the pan. I was too upset to add the grated ginger earlier. I'm adding it now. Then keep mixing it until the tomatoes are well and release more juices. Off the heat, and it already smelled so good, but we're gonna add one more thing before we serve. Today's star ingredients is kombu miso paste. Drop 1.5 tablespoons into the curry and mix to combine. It's important to add the miso paste after you off the heat to retain the aroma. You can use regular miso, but add little by little, it easily becomes too salty. Always make sure to have a taste. And we'll be serving this dish alongside with the cooked rice. Top generous a few scoops of tofu curry on the rice. And garnish some herbs or spring onion if you want. Coconut cream might go well with this if you want to be extra fancy. Enjoy it with the homemade pickled ginger, which I'm going to show you the recipe pretty soon, so stay tuned. They're ready to be enjoyed. That was so delicious. You guys have to try this. And with the kombu miso paste, you can also make instant miso soup. Just add kombu miso paste along with wakame seaweed, spring onion, then pour the hot water. If you have more time, it's always better to enjoy with loads of veggies and maybe with the homemade veggie broth to make it flavorful. I'm getting a lot of comment that many of you are starting a day with miso soup recently and you feel better throughout the day. I'm so excited to hear these small changes in your life. Thank you very much for sharing with me. And another option is simply dipping into the veggies. Especially here in Japan, summer is here, the cucumber is in season, so I keep snacking on those. This is my family pleaser. Go. こんな時に携帯出てた。もう一回もう一回。Last Sunday was a Mother's Day and kids gave me this beautiful flower. We call this flower carnation in Japanese. I don't know the English name for it. And also they made a message card in the kindergarten. Although older one said, いつもお料理作ってくれてありがとう means thank you for cooking delicious meals every day. And younger one wrote, ママプレゼントくれてありがとう means thank you for the present. I don't even know which present he is talking about. 3 years old is very unexpected most of the time, which makes me laugh. And also we got this world map with a flag on it. We are thinking which country you guys are watching from.
これ。
お、すごい。あとはアメリカどこですか？お、すごい。あとはどれがかっこいい？ちょっとやめてだ。シンガポール知ってる？
シンガポール。あとタレ。俺シンガポール。
I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day and thank you very much for watching. See you soon. またね。